Howdy, beautiful Bart here, and welcome. Something for nothing. Everybody likes free stuff. If you don't like free stuff, there's something wrong with you. Seriously. I'm talking about free. As in, doesn't cost you anything but a little bit of time. And not that much time. Synty Studios and their Synty Store. They've got a few free assets that are available, and much as I love them, they have a few little issues. You go to syntystore.com, and there's some really kick-butt stuff, and it all works. Everything's great. Love it, love it, love it. Lots to look at, lots to choose from. In fact, I have almost everything in there. That'll be my next acquisition, whatever. Yeah, one of them things. But it needs that logo right there on it right there. It need that. But right here you have free assets. Click on it. You got a coffee shop. You got Santa Claus. You got water gun. You got airplanes. You got bow and crossbow, Christmas stuff. Lots of lovely things here. Now, I've already got a couple of them already in this project that I've got for demonstration, but what I want to do here is I'm going to grab one more just to show you how it works. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Christmas pack, Polygons Xms pack download link here. So when you click that link, when you click the link, you're going to come to this page right here. For me, this is what comes up. I don't know if it's something to do with my security settings or whatever else, but this is what comes up. So for me, it does not download. But if you look at the URL right here, at the very, very end, there's a 0. You change that 0 to a 1, hit enter, and guess what happens? There you get a download link. I'm going to save file, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the folder that I already have selected here, and it are done, 3.1 megabytes. So, next thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to go to that folder on my hard drive, because I put it on my hard drive. Real developers don't put things on your desktop. You don't. You just don't put things on your desktop. There's no reason to put it on your desktop. Won't see my desktop? Empty. You got 4 icons that I haven't deleted yet today. But that's it. There's no other icons on my desktop except for my recycling bin, which is neatly in the bottom right hand corner. So you don't need it to be putting things on your desktop. That's wrong. Learn how to put things in folders. Let's see. Okay, when you get to there, you're going to have a zip file. I use WinRAR. If you use WinZip, that's fine. I'm going to right click on it, and I am going to extract to Polygons Xms. It will do its thing, and you then get a folder for that. Now, some of these are going to have content folders. I'll show you an example here. The Polygon plane is going to have a bunch of stuff, but in here you've got another zip file that's called Unreal 414. You'll extract that one, go inside of it to the content folder, and then you take that Polygon_plane, and then you just copy it directly into your folder. And I'll show you that the default location, if you don't know, is going to be in My Document Libraries, My Documents, or Documents, My Documents, and then Unreal Projects. You scroll down till you find the individual project you're working on, and mine's right here, SS_free for Synty Studios _free, and then you put that directly. You just copy it. You don't have to move it. Just I copy it over and to my content folder, and there you go. Alright, I appear to already have Santa in there, and I don't have the Xmas. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how the Christmas one works. So with that, you go into the folder, you've got FPX, import, and textures. Alright, so this one is not as easy to do as the rest of them are, but what I'm going to do here is, since these are all FPX, I know they're all going to be static meshes. I'm going to left click on the top one. I'm going to scroll down, shift left click on the bottom one. And if you don't have a more than one monitor, which I have 3. Did have 4. The other one died. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder in the root of my content called Polygons Xms. And I'm going to create another folder here called Mesh. Okay. And another one called Textures. We're going to go into the Mesh folder. And now what we're going to do is all these that we have highlighted, we're going to left click and drag and drop. So that's going to give you this. And all you really need to do is click on import all. But I'm not going to check import textures. I'm going to uncheck that. So now I can click import all. And it will not, should not import any kind of texture to go with it or materials. Yep, not worried about that. Alright, so they will not have textures on them, and that's kind of an unfortunate thing. You've got Polygons Xms as one generic material. We're not worried about that either. We're just going to go ahead and hit save all so we're protected in case something happens. Then I'm going to go into the textures folder and I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. I'm going to grab all of these, not that one, but all of these. These should all be, what, PNGs? Yeah. So I'm going to grab this. So we have an emissive, and we have textures. So yeah, that's all good to go. So I'm going to grab that and drag that into here. And there we go. And we can hit save all, save selected. Now we don't have any materials to go on these yet. We have this one thing here called Polygons Xms. If we go into this one, we're going to look at, well, that's what we have. And that is pretty much nothing there. So what I'm going to do is drag this down here so that I can actually bring things in. Go to my textures folder, and you got this one right here, which is my emission or emissive, and I'm going to grab this one right here. So I don't really need that. So what I'm going to do is, okay, man, grab it so my emissive is down here, and my regular texture sample here is going to go into the base color, and this is going to go into the emissive. There we go, and I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Now what that's doing is putting this universal one as the Polygons Xms material. So we look back at our meshes, and we're pretty good on most things, but not on some things. Green based, you know, the striped ones are not going to be there. Let's see what else. Yeah, just the striped ones. That one and that one. Yeah, just a couple of them are not working correctly, but that is not a problem because we have 3 different striped patterns, and in that's one. Okay, it's striped face wrap. All right, so if we look at our textures, face wrap, there's 3 of those. So what I'm going to do is just create a basic system here. What I'll do is I will see head wrapping 2, head wrapping 3. That's going to give us our 3 different materials there. So I'm just going to right click on it and create material. And I'm going to do that for each of those. Now at this point they're going to get kind of weird and they're going to get out of sync there. So you just have to look at the names here. So we know we've already got that one. I thought we had the tree already, but heads, heads, heads. One of the striped. We're going to go ahead and do this one. This one. And this one. No. This one I said. So we'll do save all, save selected. And now, if we want to, we can go ahead and, to be nice and neat and organized, we're going to create a new folder called Materials. Go to our Mesh folder, move that one. Go to our Textures folder, and grab all of these guys. There was so much going on just then because there was so many things that were already set up to use that one material. So now that I've got all these selected, I'm going to move those over to that folder. And now we have our materials that we can apply to our meshes. So the first one, face wrap 1, I can go into this. And we have our material. We can just change this to, there is no face, so it's head wrap. Type in head and save. The same thing, go into this one. Head wrapping 1. Save, close. This one was pine wrap. So we'll look at tree. Now, since we've got the other ones, if we want to have different ones set up, I might put the wrong one in here. Tree. No. Nope, I put striped. Pine. So this one we'll just do the same thing, pine. And since the head wrapped and striped have different materials, you can place this one in the map and say, okay, I want striped 1, but I have 2 others that I could choose from here, 2 and 3. So I'm going to leave it on the same one here. But you have the option later on to change it between the 3 different materials. So you can put down this same static mesh, but it has 3 different materials, so you can change it whenever you want to. This one is striped 2, so I'm going to open up that one, come over here. I'm going to put stripe 2 on it. But it could be stripe 1, stripe 2, or stripe 3. And there we go. Materials are fixed. And now we can use everything in here. So we got extra different ribbons. So if you wanted to use this box and that lid, or this box with that lid, and this ribbon or that ribbon or whatever else, we have that ability to do so. And we have a Christmas tree here, and we have a blank tree that we can actually decorate ourselves. And we could put a little snow base underneath there if you want. If you're trying to line up the 2 together, I'm like, okay, well this, I can just slide it around and I can get it close and whatever. Well, if you don't want to try to get it close, you want it to be exactly underneath your Christmas tree base. In your details panel, all you have to do is right click on your location, copy, select the base here, right click on location, and paste. And there you go. Then you can start putting packages and so forth. Want to get rid of that junk. And if I want to add in Control C, Control V, grab another one over here. And I'm going to put this tree down. Same thing. Copy. And paste. Now you got these right here, these weird looking things. Those are if you want to put down, say, a green box with, screw it, let's put a red lid on that box. So again, location, copy, and location, paste. And let's say I want to put a yellow ribbon around it. There. And wanted to put on a blue bow. And drag that in here. Now, I would build these in a blueprint, and that way you can actually do whatever you want with them. We'll just have to raise it up a little bit. And there we go. We have our own custom little wrapped present that's going to be different from any other one we want. If you want to do it in a blueprint, you can do it in a blueprint. That way you can copy and paste. You can put them wherever you want. You can have them play a sound when you pick them up, or explode when you pick them up, or whatever. Awesome. So that's the Christmas one. Coffee shop. Okay, this one was easier. It was a drag and drop. Got the model. Grab our coffee shop here. I'm going to back it up against the wall. And I'm going to try to center this off to -900. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Put that there. Put the sign here. Again, with the way everything is set up, I can grab this and I can right-click on my location. Now with the sign for the big coffee cup, I can just paste it to the same location since it's set up to be placed right there. Now, for the doors, we actually have a couple different types. We've got 4 different types of doors. There's a sign. So this one snaps a little bit differently, but we can take this one and place it wherever we want. Beautiful. Now, we got chairs, tables. So if you want to decorate and put a table and chair there, if you want to put them outside, you want to make the chairs functional where you can sit down in them, that's great. Door. The pivot point set to where you can actually put this in the doorway. If you actually are putting it in here, place it in the doorway so that it'll be at the right height here. And then position it wherever you want. Do whatever you want. But I'm going to place it like so. I'm going to Control-C, Control-V. Yes, I know it's not the same door, but now I can take that, click on Door 2, and change the model there. And then just drag it back over again. And I'm going to open the door so we can walk inside. So that's that. Walk inside, walk behind the counter. That's great. We can go upstairs, go outside. So we got all that. That's lovely. So let's take a look at, I like that. It's a nice looking little coffee shop. I'd actually have it set up somewhere with chairs on the outside and you could sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee or make it look like it. Synty Claus. All right. So got our textures to go with them, and that first I'm going to do is go into my Santa Claus mesh, look at my retargeting manager. He's already set to humanoid rig. Preview skeleton's already set, preview mesh rather. So he's good to go. I'm going to go ahead and go to my mannequin folder. And I'm going to go to my content. I'm going to create a new folder called character and a new folder called animations and another folder called unarmed. You guys have seen me do this 100 times. You can ready to watch me do it again. Go to my mesh folder, go to here, select rig, select humanoid rig, upper arm, no, not spine, jackass, upper arm, up by 50, lower arm, down 10, back 30, hand, up 10, upper arm, up 50, lower arm, down 10, back 30, hand, up 10, modify pose, use current pose, save, and done. Save all, save selected, go to my animations folder. I'm going to select third person animation blueprint, hit F2, Control C, right click on it again, retarget, duplicate, select me, Santa Claus, replace, Control V, replace with unarmed underscore ABP for animation blueprint. Hit change. Go to character, animations, unarmed, OK, and retarget. Save all, save selected. Alright, in my characters folder, new folder, blueprint, third person animation BP, because I started with a third person animation setup. I'm going to left click, drag, drop it into my blueprints folder, copy here, go into that folder, hit F2. We're going to call this our player underscore base, which is what I call my player character all the time. Go inside there. I don't like gamepads or VR, so go away. I'm not using touch input, go away. Compost, save, mesh, viewport, skeletal mesh, Santa Claus, anim class, unarmed animation blueprint, compost, save. One more thing I'm going to do, since Santa Claus is filling up that capsule component, I'm going to change the capsule radius from 42 to 32. His arms stick out of it just a little bit, but I'd rather it be that than the alternative, it being too big. Hit play. So we see we still have our character, and we have a mouse cursor. So what I'm going to do first off is go to my event graph, and down here, event begin play, and set input to game only. I want to get a reference to my player controller, drag off from the blue, and set show mouse cursor, leave it unchecked, connect it in. Now we don't have a mouse cursor to deal with anymore. Go to our world settings, game mode override, third person game mode, selected game mode, change that to player underscore base, take U, delete U. We already have a player start, so we didn't need him in the map. So now if I hit play, we're Santa Claus, and there's much rejoicing. Go up here, walk all around, check everything out. Yay. And there was much rejoicing. Alright, so the last thing that I have in here that I'm going to showcase now, I already showcased in another video, is the airplane. It also has multiple materials you can put on it. But in this case, there's only just the one, but you can modify it. You have a skeletal mesh. So if you just want to use this in your map, great. You can just make a blueprint for it, do whatever you want for it. There we go. If you want it to look like it's sitting on the ground, put it in a blueprint and adjust the angle so that its tail is sitting on the ground, and pure awesomeness. If you want to make it fly, then you can go to Add New, Feature or Content Pack, select Flying, and follow the video that I just did a little while ago where we replaced the UFO with the airplane from this pack. You can go check that other video out on how that was done. But that's on the plane. We got the coffee shop. We got Santa Claus. We got Christmas. And there was much, much rejoicing. And no mouse cursor when we first start playing. There's our coffee shop. There's our Santa Claus. And some of our Christmas stuff. Got all kind of different packages. And like with the Christmas tree itself, you've got in the mesh folder, you've got all manner of things. Get Christmas ornaments. So if you want to decorate a tree yourself, you can actually sit there and do the same thing that I'm doing right now, but I'm only going to show like one ornament. So you can put it on there however you want. Let's see, is there, what, no topper for the Christmas tree? What sacrilege is this? And of course, you know, we showed how to make that one present, but there are some that are already pre-made. Drop them in the map, position them however you want. Make them blow up, whatever you want. You got Christmas pudding and a glass of milk and cookies. And you got individual cookies, so if you want to add more to the plate, or if you want to add one to Santa Claus's hand to make it look like he's actually a fat bastard and he's eating those cookies, entirely up to you. Alright, so that's all I wanted to cover on this one. I can show you where and how to get the free assets from Synty Studios and making them work. Alright guys and gals, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.